There's a place that feels really good, totally safe, and it might just be the single most dangerous place in your entire life. Yeah, we're talking about your comfort zone. I mean, it's that warm, familiar place, right? No risk, no stress. It's like wrapping yourself in the warm blanket of your daily routine. But what if I told you that this so-called safe space is actually a trap? That the very thing that feels like it's protecting you is silently, day by day, holding you back from the life you actually want to live. Look, when we feel stuck, it's so easy to blame other things. I'm just not talented enough, or I just had some bad luck. But the real culprit, well, it's a lot closer to home. Yep, comfort. That harmless-seeming feeling is the silent saboteur of your growth, your confidence, and ultimately, your potential. And today, we're going to pull back the curtain and show you exactly how it works. So let's start with the big question. Why is comfort so incredibly hard to resist? Well, the answer is literally hardwired into our biology. Our brains are built from the ground up to seek the path of least resistance. Your brain absolutely craves this state. I mean, think about it. No threats, no chance of looking foolish, and for staying put, for playing it safe, your brain gives you this little reward, a hit of temporary peace. It's a really powerful incentive to just never leave. And this plays out in our lives constantly, in a million small ways. It's choosing to scroll through social media instead of tackling that big project. It's hitting the snooze button instead of hitting the gym. Or, putting off that tough conversation because silence just feels easier. Every single one is a small surrender to comfort. And this right here, this is the hidden trade-off. See, comfort makes a deal with you in the present, but it's at the expense of your future. You get that relief right now, but you end up paying for it later with a heavy price of regret and that nagging, awful question. What if? And this is the really sneaky part. The cost of comfort isn't this big, immediate thing. Oh no, it's a slow, quiet theft that happens over months and years. So let's take a look at what it's stealing from you. So, what's the very first victim of a life lived too comfortably? It's your confidence. See, confidence isn't something you're born with. It's forged. It's built in the fire of facing difficult things and proving to yourself bit by bit that you can handle them. So when you consistently choose comfort, you're literally training your brain to believe that you aren't capable. Okay, what's the second casualty on the list? Your opportunities. Think about it. Every new job, every new skill you want to learn, every meaningful relationship you want to build, it demands that you take a step into the unknown. By staying where it's all safe and familiar, you're essentially slamming the door shut on every single chance you have to stretch and to grow. And all of that leads us to the final and maybe the most tragic theft of all. Your potential. I guarantee you there is a version of you that is stronger and smarter and more capable than you can even imagine right now. But you will never meet that person if you don't push your boundaries. Comfort makes sure your full potential stays locked away, forever untested. Okay, so if comfort is the enemy, what's the solution? Well, it all starts with a simple but really powerful mindset shift. We have to start seeing that feeling of discomfort not as a warning sign, but as a compass pointing directly toward growth. You know that awkward feeling you get on the first day at a new gym? Or that knot in your stomach before you have to speak in public? That's not a signal to retreat. That is the feeling of your potential expanding. That's the feeling of growth happening in real time. So you have to ask yourself this and be really honest. Is your life truly comfortable, or have you just gotten used to being stuck? Because the answer to that question, that's a major turning point. So how do we actually break free? Here's the good news. It doesn't require some massive, terrifying leap of faith. The journey out of the comfort zone really just starts with one single small step. Okay, first, just commit to one small, uncomfortable thing every single day. That's it. It could be tiny, but it builds momentum like a snowball. Second, when that awkward feeling hits you, and believe me, it will, lean into it. Actually name it in your head. This is what growth feels like. And third, you've got to reframe your inner monologue. Shift from fearing what could go wrong to being curious about what you could learn. That simple switch turns any threat into an adventure. Think about it. The feeling of awkwardness from trying something new might last for, a few minutes? But the regret from never trying at all? That can last forever. The choice is always yours. So here's the bottom line. It's okay that your comfort zone feels nice and safe. It's supposed to. But you have to see it as a nursery, not a permanent home. All the real vitality, excitement, and achievement, it all happens just outside those borders. The life you truly want is waiting for you on the other side of a single, uncomfortable decision. So starting right now, today, what are you going to choose?